Hey, this is Dwayne Smith at AthensTennis.com, and today I want to talk to you for a few minutes about lessons. When should you take lessons, and more importantly, what should you work on during the lesson? I oftentimes get asked by players and parents, are lessons worth it? When should I take them? What should I work on? And that type of stuff. And one of the responses I sometimes give is, do you tune up your car? Do they change oil in your car? Do you give it a tune up? Do you have your air conditioner unit at your house checked on occasionally? Do you go to the dentist to get your teeth cleaned? Well, tennis is kind of like that. You need basically a tune up occasionally. You need a checkup occasionally to see how your tennis game is going. So the first lesson that I recommend is literally a kind of a general tune up where you get out with a pro. They look at your shots, they look at your ground strokes, your volleys, your serves, your overheads, and they basically see what you're doing right and those minor things you're doing wrong, and sometimes small changes in your grip, your stance, when you strike the ball can, solve some of the problems you might have in your game. So, a few times a year it's good to get kind of a general tune-up of your game. Another reason to take lessons would be to work on your weakness. If you know you have some weaknesses in your game, you don't volley well, you don't serve well, you don't hit backhands well, well then that's what you want to concentrate on some of the lessons, trying to improve your weaknesses so you have a more all-court game. Another reason to take lessons would be to develop new shots. Let's say you never hit drop shots, or you rarely hit lobs, or you can't hit a spin serve, then that's again, a reason to take a lesson so you can start to learn how to hit those shots and start practicing and developing those shots and incorporating those into your game. You're going to be a better player the more shots you can hit. Another reason to take lessons is to think about strategy. Am I positioning myself on the court well? Especially in doubles, there's a lot of court positioning and strategy, moving and floating with the ball, shot selection, and that type of stuff. And that can be covered in the lessons as well. Now, a lot of times it doesn't have to be an individual lesson. It can be group lessons, clinics, drills, that type of stuff with some of the other players on your team. And, that can help as well. Now, how often should you take a lesson? Well, the general tune-up, you just need a few times a year probably, right? But if you're a beginner or a young player or an advanced junior or high school, college player, those players obviously are going to take lessons and clinics several times a week probably. If you're somewhat older, middle age or older, and you're just playing on USTA type teams, you might just practice during the season, maybe with your team, right? Now, when you do practice, make sure you get an experienced coach, preferably somebody who's played in high school and college and has a strong background, has given lessons for a while. There's certifications that you might want to look for. The United States Professional Tennis Association and the Professional Tennis Registry are the two big ones. And also, just because you're a pretty advanced player doesn't mean you can't benefit from lessons. Sometimes when players reach the 4.0 or higher level, they feel like, well, I'm an advanced player and I don't need any more lessons. Well, you probably do, And men sometimes don't like to take lessons either. Men don't like to get directions or ask for directions, and they don't like to take tennis lessons. But again, anytime you're trying to improve your game, get better at it, develop new shots and strategies, taking lessons at all levels is a good idea. And another thing you want to try to do is play as many matches as possible. Get in the leagues that play matches, try to play local tournaments and whatnot, because you develop shots under pressure when you're playing matches. And, it's easy to hit the shot in practice, but it's different to hit the shot in match play. So the more you can get out and get into match play, that would be a great thing as well. Dwayne Smith, AthensTennis.com. Get out there and hit some tennis balls. See you next time.